March live workshop is finally on. Oh, there's 4 people. See, what is up with Facebook? It's not even showing me who is here. I can't. I'm gonna type something. Hello. Of course, like what are the chances of like we want to get technology to work for us and right now it's not. Okay. Hi guys. Today, so I was normally going to talk about the Quartz book, but I think there's some more pressing matters to go over, like online lessons. How many of you have completely switched to online? How many of you are still doing in person, or are you doing half and half, or what's going on? Comment in below, let me know. I'm gonna let you know, I've been doing FaceTime lessons for 3 years. I had a student and then he went to Hawaii and we kept doing lessons over FaceTime. So that's how I started. And I keep the same routine. I do the same thing. Like I have like a pattern when I teach. I start with a playlist, which I can go over a little bit later. We go over the pieces that we're learning. We learn new pieces. We do a little bit of theory. Hi, Lily. Hope you're surviving this crazy thing going on. And sorry, so many things going on. For once my husband is at home and doesn't have to pop in live. He's physically here. So what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, I just have my routine with students. So I made a list of things. Let me just go over setup. Okay, I literally can't even take a picture of my setup because my setup is my phone. I have this little guy. It's like a little tripod. I bought it to take pictures so you can take selfies, or because there's like a little remote. I lost the remote, but I use this to film my my videos. So it was cheap. It's like $20-something, and it works great. I put my phone on it, and I FaceTime my kids. So I know Mary was asking. Hi, Melissa. I know Mary was asking how, because people are doing super complicated setups, like microphones and like 50 like screens everywhere. Like it does not have, you can get fancy if you want, but you don't have to. Like all you need to do is have your phone, have internet. That's actually kind of important. I know most of my students' pieces by heart, especially for the younger ones. You know, we're all working in like these books. I've been teaching these for so long that I know exactly like what measure, what note, where. But for my older kids, I follow the sheet music. I'll pull it up on my computer. So I have like, or if I have it printed, but that's a lot of printing of papers, or if I have them in a book, I have the book in front of me. Hi, Aubrey. Hi, Kamal. So yeah, 50 cameras surrounding the piano, right? Like we don't need 50 cameras. I need just my phone. There's one family I did Zoom with this week, because both parents don't have an iPhone or an Android, so we did Zoom. And I had set up Zoom a little bit ago to like conference with my teachers in my school. So yeah, let me get out my notes because I had quite a few for you guys. On a fun note first, okay, so kind of went over the setup. Let me finish with the setup. So I might be a bad teacher for doing this. I'm just letting you know. I sit on my couch. I literally have like 35 students and I cram them as fast as I can, and I'll go over that because you should not cram. You need to pace yourself. But I sit on my couch and I have my laptop and I have my sheet music that I need, and I have the video like facing me. And if I ever need to go to the piano and show them how to do something, I go to the piano and I put my phone exactly where I want them to put their phone. That's actually something else. So here's where I like the kids to put their phone like either here, you do that way, or that way. You do it that way, you mostly see their hands and not their whole little bodies. So I do like it that way, or on the other side, whatever one works. That works well on like real pianos. On keyboards, that doesn't work. So setting it up on a little table on the side is good. Whatever setup they have, if they have an iPad, then usually they can like put that against something. So that's their setup. Like just have a phone near them in the corner of the piano or on a little table. As long as you can see their hands and maybe see them, because then you can have some sort of interaction, because if you only see their hands and they don't really see you, it's like not as fun. But there's been times where there's been such poor connection that I've had to call back my students and just like listen to them, which I have no problem with, but like some of my students who are really young and who teach too, they need to see, like they can't hear like, oh, is the kid doing a C chord or a D chord, or is it major or minor, or is that note right when they're learning a piece. So it does help those that don't have as much experience to have the phone maybe a little bit up higher, like up here, like here, so that you can see their hands. So maybe ask the parents like what works best for you to help the kid the best. Okay, so that's a little bit on setup. If you guys have questions, please ask. But I'm letting you know, like, you can do this the simplest possible way ever. Coucou, Maxime. Hi, Sandra. Or Katie. Hello. Hope you guys are good. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Hattie. My goodness. So everyone's home, right? We can all, like, say hi and chill here. Okay. Couple of things. Oh yeah, I just want to share this because I think it's hilarious. I shared it on my Instagram. You guys should teach it to your little kids. Take it like a moment for like a teaching moment or whatever. It's called the Coronavirus Etude. It cracks me up. I'm gonna post it in the comments. Give me a second. Okay. Let's do that. Where are my downloads? Downloads. There we go. Okay. You guys are going to laugh. Please work. Come on. No? Not working? It won't let me? Okay. I'll just show you guys here. Okay. Coronavirus Etude. Here is the Coronavirus Etude. Do you guys see what this is? So all you pianists out there are totally going to get this. It's hilarious. You should teach your kids that. Like, hey guys, you want to learn a super fancy piece and be like, etudes are like complicated pieces. So what it is, for those that don't know, because there's a couple of non-pianists in here. So what the first line means is that you're basically going to go from the bottom note of the piano, the white one. Actually, how about I do it? Because it's funny, and I haven't cleaned my piano. 1 second. I have so. Okay, it should be like a Lysol wipes, whatever. I have a makeup remover right here. I'm just gonna do that. It'll clean anyway, right? If it can clean my face, it can clean the piano. Okay, here's how the etude works, and you should teach your kids this because they will love it. Like at the beginning or at the end of the lesson, be like, okay, let's do that etude today. Okay, so you start at the bottom. You slide all the way up, and then back down. Okay. Part 2, second line. Same thing on the black keys. And back down. And every kid's favorite part is probably going to be this too. Or maybe the sliding. I don't know. Then you go on each black key, and you slide set of 2, set of 3, set of 2, set of 3, set of 2. Okay, let's see if it goes down. I don't remember. No. And ta-da! That is your etude. And now my piano is clean. The thing is, like, since we're doing online, you don't have to worry about that, like kids having their germs on your piano, but you don't want it to spread so they can have their home clean and everything. Hi, Colin. Hi, Debbie. So yeah, that's a fun piece the kids will like, and you'd be like, you guys know an etude. You guys are fancy. Hi, Allie. Oh my goodness, so many people. Hope you guys are surviving this. And you guys all have toilet paper, right? Okay, so that's setup and the coronavirus etude thing. I like to give kids high fives when they're doing things. Well, I'm like, okay, high five, and their little faces just light up. They love it. So just keeping encouraging. Something I saw, well, I'll get into the pacing yourself in a second. Okay, so encouraging and virtual high fives is important because we aren't there physically, right? So as much as you can, engage is important. Hi, Leslie. Okay, so then pictures of pieces. That's an important thing. So I touched on it just at the beginning. You want to have pictures of all the pieces, because unless you know the pieces by heart, but there are some, so just have all the books. And if you don't have the books and you don't want to buy them, totally fine. Just ask the parents to take pictures of all the pieces and send them to you. I keep track of kids' lessons in their notebooks. I just write down like everything we do every day. Like I write out their playlist, which is all the pieces that they filmed, and we usually like warm up with a couple of those pieces. I write down the ones they're learning, and then sometimes we do like a little theory in my Cascade book, or we do Note Rush. We'll get into that in a second. So just have the parents take a picture also of the notebook so you know their homework and of all the pieces that you need from them. A lot of younger ones, I ask them to play Composer where they write their own little pieces. So those are in any books, so have them send you pictures of that too. And I actually created a folder on my computer which says students, and I have, because like my older ones, I've downloaded all the fancy pieces they're learning, like these sonatas and stuff, so that I can follow it. And instead of having to look for it every time, now it's in my folder. So now when I have the lesson with them, I just like pull it up on Adobe or Acrobat, and then I have it. And what's good about that too is I can blow up the measures, and then when I flip my phone over to show them, oh yeah, no, redo this measure, or this was wrong, or fix this, they can see it really well. I mean, you can put your phone really close up to the books too, but yeah. Okay, so pictures of everything. Ask parents to send those to you. And then for homework, I think to keep that consistency, have a notebook yourself. And each student you see, you just do the same thing as if you were there. You write in their homework. And at the end of the lesson, take a picture of it and send it to them or text it to the phone. Because you guys are probably all using a phone, or most of you. And then that way they have track of their homework. There's no excuse, oh, I don't remember what to do. Well, I sent you a picture. So write down homework on notepads, send homework to parents. Yes, perfect. Okay. Yes. I say, yeah, keep a similar routine. Yeah, my students know the drill. So yeah, when I start my lesson, I do the playlist. I have them run through their pieces that they've filmed, that they know. Then we go over all the pieces that they're still learning. Now the thing is, the playlist are pieces that I have this, once the students know their pieces, I film them, and then I put those on YouTube. Now, physically, I can't film them from my phone. I did figure out a way to record my screen, and then when I played it back, it didn't do any audio, so I was like so bummed because I had the best lessons with my students this week, and I wanted to post all of those videos, but there was no, I need to do like voice memo or an audio thing, and it won't allow voice memo during FaceTime. It's like disabled. So Zoom is the one way that you can actually, hi Pierre, is the one way that you can have the audio and the video at the same time and record it. So I have one video of that with the 3 little kids on Monday night. Where was I? Okay. So I want the kids to keep, because you guys, honestly, I think this is going to go way longer than 2 weeks. I think we're all aware of that, right? Like, I told my families, starting on Monday, it's going to be for the next 2 weeks, but we are all on lockdown here in Marin. There's a shelter in place. We can't go anywhere, and I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit everywhere, if not already. So just take it a week at a time. Hi, Yannick. Yannick and Johnny have this awesome online piano company, and they have no worries about this because they do everything virtually already. All of us are having to switch. Anyway, what was I saying? Keep similar. Oh yeah. So once a kid, because like kids do progress, and I think that my fear was that when I tell parents, oh, we're gonna go all online, that they're like, does this really work? Like, is my kid gonna progress? Like, I feel like some of them make even more progress because they have no choice. They're like, there's a screen and I can't really do anything. I just have to do the work. So we've like plowed through pieces so fast. So once the kids know the piece, I ask them, okay, when you're comfortable and you're ready, have the parents film your piece so that it officially goes on the playlist. So that's just one added song that they know they've learned, that they're done, and we move forward. And I ask the parents to send me the video so I can put it on YouTube, because I have list of all, like each student has their own list of videos so they can go see their progress and everything over the years. It's really fun. Okay, so I just keep the same routine. And then for learning new pieces, that might be a little tricky if you haven't done it yet. That's where, take it one step at a time. Maybe like having the kids move around. So what I do with younger kids, I'm like, okay, take your book off the, up here, put it on your bench. Let's analyze the piece. And I'll like be, okay, on the first line, what's your first note in the left hand, or what's your first note in the right hand, blah, blah, blah. And then I do like the little I Spy game where I have them count all those notes, like how many A's in the left hand are in the piece. And so then they count, and then they feel, that's just what I do already in a lesson, but I think that moving around is going to help. Anyway, so they analyze the piece, and then they learn the left, and then we do the same thing with the right. Slowly we put hands together, and they're learning pieces. Like, how many times when you are in person are you really like moving their hands for them or whatever? We might be pointing a little bit, like physically. Well, that's where you like flip your phone and point to the sheet music. But I promise you, don't be scared. You guys are all going to be fine. And that's something else I was telling some teachers, like, when you first do the lesson, like talk about like how crazy this is, and be like, we need to do this together. If you've never done it, like, you can let them in that you're scared. Like, I've never done this. Like, I need your help. We're going to do it together, and making them feel like they're a part of it and that they're responsible for it going well, I think will have a good effect and help. Okay. Note Rush. So Thomas, the guy who invented Note Rush, messaged me, and he's like, how are you going to do this now that we're online? And I'm like, well, I'm going to try today, see what happens if I show on the screen. What's my preferred platform? Skype, Zoom, Google. My favorite is FaceTime. I just like call on my phone. Hi, CJ. So I just call on my phone. And then for those that don't have Android or an iPhone, I do Zoom. I've never done Google Hangouts, but I'm hearing like a lot of schools are all doing like Google Classroom and stuff. I'm assuming that's like similar to Zoom. I know my mom's a teacher and she is doing Zoom. So yeah, but I like FaceTime the best. Yeah, just because it's easy and I'm not trying to get fancy. We're getting the work done, The nice thing though about Zoom is that you can record the audio and the video. I do like how it switches. I think there's a way to have you can see both videos, like yourself and the kid at the same time, and that's recorded like that. Otherwise, I usually just have one video, and whoever's talking, the video will switch to you on the playback. It's interesting how they did that. So I actually tried to do a duet with a kid on Monday on Zoom, and because I'm doing all these duets with students, and like, what am I going to do now that I can't be in person? So I was like, let's just try it. Let's see what happens. But because both of us were doing so much volume at the same time, like the computer, like it didn't know who to concentrate on. So like I would hear her for a second, then I'd just hear me, and then her. I was like trying to follow her hands, but she seemed to be going faster because she's trying to follow me. I mean, that didn't work out really well. So what I'm going to do this week, that's on my list to do for all my students that have duets or parts where I need to play with them. I'm going to record that on my own and send it to the parents. There is a company called Musico. Barack is one of the founders. This probably might be a great time to start that. It's good for teachers where students have to pay. It's free for teachers, but you can create these lesson plans, and you can record things, and the kids can go in, and then you have a whole lesson plan for the kids. I just have my routine with the kids, and I don't want to shake it up too much already because this is already shaking it up. But yeah, so like for the duets, I'm going to send them a recording, or even just like for the simple pieces like this, like, when they learn pieces, it helps them to keep an even rhythm when you play with them. Naturally they do the right rhythm. So for example, shaving a haircut is one of my favorite. What I'm going to do is I'll record like this bottom part. I'm going to send it to Rex, who's learning it. And that way he can play and practice and have me playing with him, Hi, Alicia. So that's one thing that I'm going to figure out and record. If anyone has anything they want me to record for them, please let me know. I think we have a lot of time. So that's one thing. So because we're all online now and a lot of kids don't have school, the older ones are having to clock in and go to class like online and aren't available like till 3. But the little ones, they just get homework handed to them, via like Google Classroom or something. Thanks, Alicia. And lost my train of thought. Little kids. What was I saying? Little kids. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is I teach normally Monday through Thursday. And this week I was able to move all my Thursday lessons and scatter them and put them Monday through Wednesday. But Monday and Tuesday I had so many students like back to back. I like hardly gave myself any breaks. Like as soon as I finished one lesson, I hung up and I called the next one. And I was so drained, like even more than had I done it in person all day. One, when I'm in person and I'm driving to all these students, like I have like 10, 15 minutes between them. I'm driving. That's like my breather. And then here I was like, oh, if I stack them all up, I'll finish earlier and I'll be done. But I was exhausted. And online I was reading and, like we're trying to compensate for the fact that we're over a screen. And so we're like giving like 150. Whereas when we're in person and we give 100%, like we're used to it. So here we're trying to compensate, and that's why we're like drained by the end. So note to self, relax, breathe, it's okay. Take breaks. So I'm going to try it this coming week. I'm going to do like 2 or 3 hour chunk and then a little break, maybe even like an hour break. Or you could do 15 minutes between each student, give yourself that breather. And you want to keep your energy like the way you normally do, like high, but you have to have some reserve too. And I think those breaks, pas de problème. À plus tard. You have to have those breaks. Those are good, like mentally, and we need to sustain this probably for a while. So, okay. I was talking about Note Rush, and then I don't know where I went. And then I shifted. So one thing for Note Rush, I did try it over the screen, and it does work. There is a little bit of a delay, but I do want the kids to keep practicing. So something, though, that I'll do. So the thing is they won't get their best score, and I have these papers that I modified. So one like this per level, and I have the date, and then I want them to do one like rounds with note match and rounds without note match. And so that every lesson we just keep the best score. Otherwise, we keep track of all the scores on the notebook, and then once we're done with note match, then we go to the then we write down our best scores. I found virtual lesson more draining. Yeah, totally, Lily. The idea of it is fun that I don't have to go anywhere. I'm saving on travel and time. Like I have 6 hours back of my life for travel, but it's draining, and so it's like going to be a reshift of how we're doing this. Okay, so note match. Maybe you can suggest to the parents to buy it. That way, kids can practice it during the week too, with all this extra time, right? Oh yeah, I didn't even write this in my notes, but have the kids keep track of their practice. So these are like my little 100 days of practices of one I was going to give to Caitlin on Monday, but we're online now. So they should be able to finish their 100 days pretty fast, I would say, with all this free time. Another tablet for you to look at. Oh yeah, so if you don't have I was going back to books, like if you don't have the actual books, you can try and find them online too, but have another tablet, either an iPad or your computer in front of you so that you can look at the sheet music. Ask parents to take pictures of the kids' work. I went over playlist. Let's see. Talked about the energy and the taking breaks. Okay. I think that's about it. Hi, Robbie. Hi, Alan. Are you doing your dance class today? I was actually thinking, I'm sure some of you have thought about this too, offering, with all these kids at home, maybe doing like a Zoom introductory piano class for free, showing kids, like, see if anyone is interested in learning. I don't have really room to take on new students, but it'll show them that, oh, maybe I do like piano. And I think the parents might enjoy having their kids focused on something else for a little bit. Okay, I think I went over everything I wanted to for online. If anyone has questions, please let me know, or even later, and I can answer them. Today was supposed to be about the Quartz book, but that changed. I'll just show you guys my little book because it's so cute. This one's the not for resale one, so it won't have this ugly bar on there. I love my little characters. They're so cute. So I decided to call her Tess the Turtle. Here's Peanut, and here's PBJ, Polar Bear Jr. And the dad is just Polar Bear, PB. I did kind of like a play on words with their names. Anyway, this book is, oh, I do have another one. I don't know where it went. It might be in my car. That doesn't have this bar on it because I have the back that's cute too. This book is... This would be great, too, to do during lessons. Coucou, Claire. Oh, coucou, Thais. That's my little cousin in Switzerland. Look at this cute little book to learn chords. So this would be great for students if you have the parents, like, buy it, or you guys can buy, like, the virtual one, like a PDF, and you have it for life, and you can send the parents the sheets, and they can download or print them. During virtual lessons, I'd keep my computer open and keep running a list of each. Yes, me too. Exactly. At the end of each one, other homework. Exactly, yeah. So I was saying text it to the phone, but emailing could be good too. Yeah, great ideas, Lily. So yeah, so these are, oh yeah, I need to go over a note match, like, which is like a lifesaver. But anyway, so this is my new book. It just goes over chords. This would take a while to do during lessons. It's a fun, I mean, the kids love the book. This is the student's favorite page, is the play composer page. So I put out the notes. Hold on, I can't see what I'm doing. They're nice and big and spaced out, so it teaches kids like how to write correctly, and they're faint so that when they do trace, you can actually see the notes that they wrote in for their little piece. There's an extra page for composing, and then a little piece that I wrote for the chord that we're learning. So happy to see you. Oh my gosh, coming up with the titles of these pieces is the hardest thing for me. Sneaky Hunter. Anyway, this book, I'm super excited. I won't go into detail, but I just want to show you guys because it's so cute and the kids love it, and I don't know, I'm curious how you guys will do. Let me grab Note Match that's right behind here for a second. Breaking everything. Okay. So, here's Note Match. Okay. This has been a lifesaver. Well, I've had this for years with my kids. Only like, I think maybe coming up on 2 years with the real one, but they've had like the prototype for a while. This helps so much for notes. Like when you're learning a piece, like I can be like, oh, it's the first line, or in the treble clef, it's the lowest line on Note Match. It's if their notes above Note Match, I'm like, oh, first one out of Note Match. Like it really helps them have like sections, like understand where the notes are. Because when there's nothing, you're like, if you're trying to make them play like C above middle C, you have to say C above middle C, and I mean it helps so much. So all my students, I think. I never like made it clear that I think it's important for the students to have it. Like I've seen teachers buy it and they have it for them, but I'm like, kids need to have it at home so that they can practice. And one, it'll make their practice a lot easier and less overwhelming. They have basically the answers to every note when they're learning new pieces. To me, it's a no-brainer. I might be biased because I created it, but especially in virtual lessons right now, like when you're trying to explain, okay, put your hand in the bass clef or in the treble clef, or, you know, anyway. So I'm happy to give you guys like a discount if you guys want to buy several at once and then and resell them to your students. Just let me know. It will help you so much. It will take some stress off. Hi, Olivia. I think it's a good idea to have it. And it helps for Note Rush. Like the kids love it. Anyway, so that is it for today, I think. If you guys have questions, again, leave them below and I'll answer them later. If not, You guys got this for teaching online. It's going to be a while, so pace yourself. And we're in this together. Okay, guys, wash your hands, be safe, and practice social distancing for now. Okay, bye, guys.